All right, so I just got done stripping the interior of my Trans Am to put, I have a whole black interior that I pulled out of that Firebird over there. And I need to get it put in today because we had some stuff come up and we have to move out of the shop very, very soon. So I'm trying to get these parts in here as fast as possible so I don't have to deal with hauling it somewhere else. But this whole winter, this car had to be stored outside and I had a car cover over it. And this window it's broken. You might be able to see here, but that piece is supposed to be attached there, and previous owner tried to weld it and the weld has broke, and I'm gonna have to either weld it again, which I'd rather not, or replace this metal part on the bottom of the glass, which that Firebird has. So I'm probably gonna take the driver's door and do that eventually, just not today. But right now, my main focus is, since my window was down, moisture got in here and it started to surface rust a little bit, which I'm glad I caught it now and not later, because this definitely would have ate through the floor pan if I waited later. So I'm gonna attempt to clean up as much of this rust as possible and then spray some Rust-Oleum over the top of it and then send it. So I'll get back to you guys when I get that done. All right, I gotta vacuum this up now, but I got all of the spots that we're gonna rust through, but it started to over here. I'm glad I caught it now, but I don't have my welder set up just yet, so I'm not gonna be able to fix those pinholes. There's one small one right here as well, and this side there's a baby one right there. But besides that, should be fine. I'll vacuum this up, get it cleaned up, and then I'll throw some Rust-Oleum over the top of it to hopefully prevent it from doing that again. As I was vacuuming up, I realized I gotta lift that up, and holy shit, that's pretty bad. There's probably gonna be some multiple pinholes there as well. So I'm gonna hit that wire wheel as well real quick. All right, I got it looking better, but where is it? Right there. It's really wanting to go at the seam right there. There's one there too, but man, I really don't want to cut a floor pan out and put a new one in. This sucks. But I mean, shit, I don't even got a choice, I don't think. I'm gonna take this sealer off and get that too. And then I'll throw some Rust-Oleum on it. And I'm gonna have to come back to this later and actually fix the problem. I don't really have time to do that right now, so yeah, this sucks. All right, well, it's not pretty, but I got all the rust touched up with some Rust-Oleum. I don't think it's gonna stop it 100%, but it will definitely slow it down enough to the point to where it won't fully rot out my floor pan. So I'll just have to come back to this, I don't know, in a few months to actually fix it and do a good job. But just for now, since I'm in such a time crunch, I have to get this interior in. That's the solution that I chose to do. I'm not happy with it, but it'll work for now. So now, I wasn't expecting to see that much rust, but now I'm going to clean all of these seats and this carpet. Hopefully I can get that looking almost brand new. And all of the interior dash parts to get ready to put back into this. All right, so I made a realization that the seats that I pulled out of the parts car has automatic seats, and the one that was in my car is manual seats. So I wouldn't be able to adjust my seats if I kept these seat rails. So I'm trying to swap those seat rails to this seat. And at the time, these rails were all the way this way, so I couldn't gain access to these screws. And I'm surprised this works, but my little jump pack, if I hook it up to the connector, it works. I'm so glad that worked, because getting this rail off would be literally impossible without doing that. I'd have to cut this whole rail off, and I wasn't going to do that. If this didn't work, I would have had to have used my driver's seat in this car, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm glad this worked. All right, I got the old rail, or I guess the rail that was on my other seat, put on the new seat, and she bolted right up. I kept the connectors because I just cut the pigtail off, because I didn't want it just to be 3 different holes there. But yeah, I'm really happy that it went so smoothly. I wasn't expecting it to go so smoothly. I did have to cut these pieces for the rail to be able to slide all the way down, but you can't really see that when it's in the car, so it doesn't really matter. I gave it some dry lube inside the rails and on the teeth, so yeah, she's good to go. All right, it's been multiple hours since the last time I recorded, And she is all in for the most part. I didn't put this door card on because I have to fix that window issue. And I didn't shampoo the carpet yet because it's getting really late and I would be here until like 4 in the morning and I just don't feel like doing that because I have to be up early tomorrow. So, yeah, I am really stoked about this. This turned out really good. Oh, I hated that light gray interior. This is a lot better. So these interior quarter panels I pulled from a different Firebird at a junkyard a while ago, and those are actual black. And I don't think it looks too bad with the other colors in here. I also got this sub box that was in the parts car, and it fits fucking perfect. I'm gonna throw a pretty banging system in this once it's up and running, but that won't be for a while. But yeah, today's been a pretty eventful day, if I do say so myself. And I can't wait for what is next to come with this car.